Hello and welcome to the English in the NRL Round 12 wrap. There was only 4 games this week due to State of Origin on Wednesday night. And there were still 6 Englishmen on show because the Bunnies and the Raiders were in business. And there was some great news for the English players in the NRL because John Bateman's back, baby. Bateman is back and had an absolute blinder for the Raiders. When he was named in the extended reserves, we'd heard a tip that he was going to play, and boy, apparently the word was when he was included in the side, he lifted the spirits of the Raiders, and it showed on the field. He had a blinder of a game. He, along with Chance Nickel-Clockstead, were the Raiders' 2 best players by a country mile. And Bateman, as well as some strong defence and very, very good hit-ups and a couple of offloads, scored an absolute amazing try, showing off his neat little soccer skills. There was a pass that got knocked down by the Bulldogs about 20 metres out, and Bateman grubbed it twice. The ball bounced up, he hung onto it, and just showed great strength and skill to get the ball down, just millimetres inside the line, the dead goal line. It was an amazing try, and he set the tone for the Raiders. They scraped home via a late penalty to beat the bottom-dwelling Bulldogs 12-10. A much-needed win for the Raiders, snapping a 3-game losing streak. Elliot Whitehead also showed off his soccer skills as well. He did a little grubber for himself at one point and got the regather. Just couldn't quite, it all fell apart after that. With some great soccer skills from the Englishman, or football, as you love to call it, as the rest of the world calls it, other than us and the Yanks. And maybe they were inspired by Liverpool winning the Champions League in the All-English final, and hats off to the Liverpudlians because they deserve something out of this year. After losing only 1 game all year in the EPL, they deserve something. And it's all happening in England at the moment. Liverpool will be putting that cup on the top of the double-decker bus through the streets probably today or tomorrow. And the World Cup started over there, and England have got off to a great start. They're the team to beat in the cricket. And you've also got the Donald coming, Donald Trump. So it's all happening in England, and look, won't him and Boris Johnson make a good couple? We know Trump's pushing for Boris, and I'm assuming it's because he's another buffy bloke with a buffy hairdo. All he's missing is the fake orange tan. So I'm sure Donald might slip some of that through customs. So if you see Boris looking a bit more orange, bit rouge, you'll know why. And let's hope he doesn't start brushing his hair back like the Donald as well, because, it seems to be if you're a crazy leader, you need a crazy haircut. I don't know. The Donald, Kim Jong-un. Let's hope Boris doesn't join the club. Now, the Bunnies, the other Englishmen on show were the Burgess boys. They went out to Bankwest Stadium. They were always going to be under the pump, and it proved to be. The Eels were too good, winning 26-14. No Cody Walker, no Damien Cook, no Cameron Murray and Dane Gagai due to Origin, and it showed. The Burgess boys laid the platform, as they always do. Sam had a cracking game, so did Thomas. But there was just no polish to the end of their set, so I'm missing the speed and guile of Cook and Walker especially, and the high work rate of Cameron Murray. Now, the good news was Thomas actually scored his first try of the year, so he's off the nudie run. That's great news for Thomas. And we can only hope that George joins him in the remaining 13 rounds because, boy oh boy, George doing a nudie run at season's end, that's not something I personally want to see. Now, for the other Englishmen, of course, the Dragons and the Tigers had the bye, and so no Chris McQueen, and of course, Widdop and James Graham weren't going to play anyway. They're out for an extended period. Now, in the lower grades, Ryan Hall turned out again as the Roosters had the bye. He's still in the lower grades for North Sydney, the Roosters feeder club. They had a win. Ryan didn't feature on the try scorers list, but coming off that ACL, he needs all the game time he can get because, as I keep saying, at his best, the Rhino is a beast. And with Origin happening from Wednesday, there is a chance that Latrell Mitchell and James Tedesco may get injured, may need a rest, so Ryan Hall could feature. Now, for Herbie Farnworth, his legend continues to grow. For the North Devils in the Queensland Intrust Super Cup, he got the opening try and kicked 8 from 8. So watch out for him. He's one for the future. So anyway, that's it for the English in the NRL. The Raiders got the win, so they're smiling. The Bunnies didn't. They're joined on top by the Melbourne Storm. And John Bateman, he was one of the Raiders' best. Bateman's back, baby. We'll see you next week.